Okay, hello everyone. This video is to walk you through the first assignment. It's worth watching because I actually show you the code for the answer for this assignment. So, and hopefully this will be helpful to you. I'll do this periodically through the semester. So your first assignment, if you go into the week 1 folder, is this week 1 apply your knowledge assignment. So remember I said that we're just going to look at the Cengage instructions. Here are the instructions for apply your knowledge. And this is the project. And these are all the instructions. And it's very, very short. In fact, this is what it looks like when you're done. So that's really all that you have to do. But I want to show you exactly what you're doing. So if you want to follow along with this, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what you need to do. So you want to use, for this one, it's probably easier to use Notepad++, but again, if you know Visual Studio Code, you can use that or another one. So this particular assignment has you create this web page. This is HTML code right here. It's all the code that you need. So let's walk through this. This is a standard line right here that you put at the top of all your pages. The caret, the exclamation point, doc type, HTML, because that's what we're creating, and that'll be at the top of every single page that you create. Also, this next line, exactly the same way. It's telling the browser that you're using English. So notice that with HTML, it's very simple commands. It's not, if any of you have taken programming languages, this is not a difficult, it is technically a programming language, but not very difficult. These carets show the beginning of various commands. So let's look at this one. So this HTML, and then we do language. That's the opening command. Notice at the bottom, you want to close your commands as well. You don't have to do this one because that's just instructions for the browser. But here's your opening HTML command. There's also a closing HTML. This is the last thing that will be on any of your coding, and it's coded exactly like this. So that's the first thing. The first instruction was to have you put that doc type in. The second instruction is to have you define English. Then you move down to a heading. So we do the heading, and that is title, chapter 1. So here's the heading. Here's the close of the heading. So every tag's going to have an opening and a close. Within the heading, here's the title that you will have. So your title is Chapter 1, Apply Your Knowledge, and here's the closing title tag. So again, HTML hugs the whole thing. Heading is going to hug your title and some other things when we get later into class. Second line is defining the meta character set. And then you're going to close the heading. Now you move to the body, which again is inside the HTML. And the body is going to contain a lot of different things. For this one, you're just defining some paragraphs and etc. So you're going to do the body definition, and then you're going to do a little nested paragraph. So again, the opening command right here for paragraph. This is the text that you'll type, and then this is the closing paragraph tag. So then you have the second paragraph tag, and this just tells you this. So the paragraph tag will push something to a new line for you. So you have another paragraph tag with your name and the date, closing. Okay, so we want to add a thematic break here, followed by 2 lines. So that's what this HR is. Some of the tags don't have closing. This is exactly what you need to put in. Paragraph, another paragraph. You're typing all this stuff in between. Here's another paragraph line. Now we're closing the body and closing the HTML. So that's basically what you're doing. Here is, again, what it's going to look like when it's pulled up in a browser. So the only final thing that I have to tell you, so if you pull up a web page, any web page in a browser, you can right click on it and look at the page source. So here's the page source for that. It's exactly what I just showed you. This is exactly all the HTML code that you need to create that web page. So what I'm going to do is copy this into a clean notepad. Okay. So this is Notepad++. I just took all this code from the page and copied it in here. This is exactly what your Notepad page will look like. Now this is, you know, it's kind of ugly because it doesn't scroll correctly, but it's okay. Once you've created this in Notepad++, you do a file save as. And what you want to save is, I'll just, I guess, put this on my desktop. You want to save it as index.html. And we're saving it as type HTML. I put the extension in there just because that's what I do. So here's save. And you're going to get a look at my ugly desktop. Here's the index. That's what it'll look like. So that was Notepad, but since I changed it as HTML, this is what it looks like. That's what you'll submit, that index.html file that will look like the one that I just showed you. You don't have to zip anything. It's just one page and it's going to look exactly like this. So hopefully that was helpful to you. Because it is the answer to your first assignment. Those of you who haven't used Notepad, that should probably be helpful to you. I think we're good. If you have any questions, get in touch with me. Otherwise, good luck.